Hey everyone, well, I have been recently reading up a lot of self-improvement books and self-development books, and one of the books that caught my interest the most is when I was reading up addiction books. And reading about addiction books, it has definitely helped me understand and realize how I guess we get really not addicted to the point where like we need to have a certain item like having alcohol or drugs every single day, but um sometimes trying to break out of a habit or trying to break out of a routine is really hard when you're so used to the same routine every single time, and when there's some sort of new change in your life that comes into your life and you don't know how to prepare for it or you don't know how to handle that certain situation, we get stressed out and we get more upset about it as we try to get used to the new routine. And try as I was trying to get rid of certain bad habits and trying to get back into shape and trying to lose the weight that I need, and basically I had been eating up more on chocolates and sweets lately. And the more I have worked and the more I've went to school and the more problems I had in my personal life, it just added up and it made me more stressed out and more upset to get addicted more into sugar and into chocolate. And I guess since reading those addiction books, like it does kind of explain a lot, and some people have it more worse than others. And I guess with mine's, I still have that sweet tooth once in a while, and trying to get rid of that sweet tooth was a really hard thing for me because I was so into the routine of having something sweet after every meal. So having that in my routine and into my habit, it was very hard for me to be taken out of it. And explaining, and in the book it explains how some people that do need that certain something to satisfy them or to fulfill them, from either lacking that lack of security in their life or not getting the help or that they needed. And since we grow up in a culture where especially we tend to blame others for certain things that they don't deserve, and some people don't even realize that they're being blamed when it's really themselves that they're being blamed too. And what I mean by that is that having that lack of security and growing up in a culture where your parents are supposed I blamed a lot of things on my parents, and since in our culture we assume that our parents are supposed to be our security, are supposed to be our protector, and supposed to basically they're supposed to be our type of security. And not having that type of security, it tends to make us feel like we're helpless, or like we never even had that type of help from them. And yes, my parents do help me out with certain things. It just gets really frustrating when I guess being influenced by that type of culture where, and especially seeing things in the media where our parents are supposed to be there when we're in trouble, or is supposed to be there when we need help, and not always having that help all the time. It tends to make you unmotivated, as it does tend to make you more unmotivated. It tends to make you more upset, and definitely makes some people helpless. For some people it makes them motivated to prove them wrong, or it tends to make some people achieve more. But for some people that never had that help from a parent, or never had someone explain to them of how to deal with life and how to deal with certain challenges in life, it kind of makes you feel like it sometimes makes you feel like there's no one there for you. And honestly, some parents, they're all the help that they can give is basically what they can basically do, and not every parent is perfect and trying to help out their kid in every single little aspect in their life. And I guess I'm not blaming the media for it. I guess I just didn't understand that when you're a kid, that you can't always depend on your parents on every little single thing. And I know that now. And I guess when you grew up in a family where you're basically doing everything on your own, and when you don't have anyone older than you to tell you or to guide you what direction you're supposed to take, it kind of makes you feel helpless sometimes, and it does make you feel like, what am I supposed to do when you don't know how to control certain things or certain aspects that's gonna happen in your life. And I guess that it's kind of understandable that it did make me stronger, I do admit that, but it did make me more of a control freak, and it did make me feel like I had to perfect every single little aspect that's going to happen in my life. And that's why I always had to prepare of what's going to happen, because I guess I was scared, or I guess I was scared of probably messing up even more as usual, because I'm so used to doing everything by myself, and being judged or criticized on not getting that certain thing perfect, or getting that certain thing, or that certain obstacle in your life. I guess it is just so hard for me to explain, I guess. But hopefully it is understandable for some of you guys. If not, then I guess I have to do live videos with some of you guys that have questions of what I'm trying to explain. But I guess growing up in a family where I had my older cousins, but I never asked them a whole bunch of help. I never really asked them for guidance. So I basically figured things out all by myself, and I'm kind of seeing that in one of my little cousins a little bit on some aspects. And I guess it does bring back memories of what I could have done better, and there's some things I do regret for not speaking up when I was little, and I could have asked some of my cousins. One of my cousins tried to help me, but it did not work, since I guess I was going through that teenage phase, and not having anyone explain to me how your body works, or I had to learn basically everything from school, or I had to ask teachers all the time, and it just felt very uncomfortable not having a family or a close friend that's older than you to explain every single little detail, or like to tell you that things are going to get better, or things are going to be okay. And not being told that all my life, it kind of makes you freak out, and it definitely makes you get angry and create more outbursts and everything when you're like trying to remain calm the whole time. But anyways, I hope you guys didn't like this video, and for those that has gone through the same thing as I have, please comment, and please message me or talk to me on one of the live video apps that I have already signed up for, and hope to talk to you guys soon. Bye.